This video is brought to you by watchreviewblog.com and WatchPod, specialty watch accessories for enthusiasts. Please don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for video updates. Alright guys, so where do we start off with this one? For one, I'm going to say that this watch is very similar to previous popular watches from Mido, such as the loved decompression world timer. But this version here, which is also a special edition but is not limited, is a little bit less dazzling, a little bit less iconic and recognizable. While it indeed does have retro styling, I'd go as far as to say it's a touch too ordinary for my taste for a brand such as Mido, a brand that's usually not afraid to get daring with color palettes and quirky design inventions. Now don't get me wrong, the Ocean Star GMT that we have here is still boasting pretty good specs for its price point, and the craftsmanship is identical to their other dive-oriented watches like the decompression world timer, but it's lacking that emotional spark that even their TV Big Date was able to provide. This watch is certainly falling more into the mainstream category, and when out watch shopping at this price point, you're going to come face to face with huge selection. Is this the watch that's going to win you out? Let's touch on a couple things I love about this watch now. The sizing and proportions as usual from Mido's dive range is fantastic. As you can see here on my 6.5 inch wrist, despite the slightly thick case, it still fits rather perfectly. The lugs are short and curved, and as usual Mido has mastered the proportions when it comes to the bezel size framing the dial. A very simple aspect that many brands get very wrong. This watch might not have the epic rainbow colors from the decompression world timer, but as you begin to look closer, that's when some of the magic begins to appear. The dial is constrained by an outer flange that looks kind of like a skinny inner bezel, and the triangular markers are one of my favorite design features, which apparently have been influenced by shark's teeth. There's also a little bit of color play with the red GMT hand and the red GMT text at 6 o'clock. So as you can see here, the watch may not be shouting vintage reissue, but it's certainly handsome and finely put together. The bracelet is adequate in quality, but it doesn't taper, and the multi-link design is reminiscent of a Milanese bracelet, just with a bit more heft. The watch is rather comfortable on wrist. That's it for today guys, just a quick rundown and a fresh and newly styled Mido Ocean Star. For our full hands-on review and detailed specs, don't forget to visit our website at watchreviewblog.com. Cheers!